just went about whatever they were doing. These creatures looked exactly like this. They are the type of alien creature that has been known and feared throughout Africa for generations. This creature is about 3 feet tall. It looks for all the world like a child who is on the last stages of dying of malnutrition. It looks exactly like this, and it has a strange smell which once you smell it, you shall never forget it. This creature is known by the Zulu-speaking people of South Africa as a Mantindane. The word Mantindane comes from the verb ntinda, which means to abuse, to fiddle with, and to torture by interfering with the victim's genitals and other private parts. This is an exact description of the Mantindane. It does exactly that. For hundreds of years, even mighty nations such as the Zulus, even powerful warrior nations such as the Botswanas and Xhosas lived in mortal fear of these creatures. I was forced off the table by the Mantindane and taken to see a number of things which even now make no sense to me. More than 4 decades ago, I saw creatures in what appeared to be glass jars, little Mantindane swimming like ugly little frogs inside pinkish fluid. I saw other things that I cannot even pretend to understand or to describe. And then I saw in another place a number of people, yellow people, black people, and white people, undergoing the same brutal torture that I had undergone. But one of the people was a man. I came so close to him as to look down into his agonized face. He looked up at me and I looked up at him. The man was a white man. And some years later, round about 1963, I was walking the streets of Johannesburg when a white man suddenly grabbed me by the shoulder. I thought I was being arrested. The white man said, "Hey, stop you." I stopped. He said, "Do you speak English?" I said, "Yes, boss, I speak English." And then he said, "Where the fucking hell did I see you before? Where did I see you before? Where?" I said, "I don't know, boss." He said, "Listen, don't bullshit me, man. Where did I see you before?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "Were you in Rhodesia?" I said, "Many times, boss." And then he looked at me for a long time, his lips trembling. It was obvious that the man was on the very brink of total insanity. There was a wild look in his gray eyes that chilled me to the core of my soul. His lower lip was trembling and there was spittle on it. And then he pushed me away. And as he walked away, he said, "Stupid kafir, We were in hell together. Those words shall ring in my mind for as long as I live. Stupid Kepha, we were in hell together. The white man recognized me just as I recognized him. We were in hell together. But let me tell you this, that there is no glory, there is no glamour, there is no sanctity in being captured and tortured by a Mantindane. People who say that these creatures speak to their victims telepathically are telling cheap lies. These creatures do not talk to you. Strange pictures are instilled into your mind. Pictures of the end of the world. Pictures of seas polluted almost to an inky blackness, where not a fish nor a bird is to be seen. Pictures of a landscape turned dry and dead, with the trees forever frozen, leafless and dead, on a landscape which is as hard as granite. Pictures of poisonous, dark yellow clouds swimming across the blue and poisoned skies. Pictures of mountains denuded of all life. Pictures of dust swelling where green things bloomed centuries before. I am not one of those who believes that these Matindanes are experimenting with us. There is too much purposefulness, too much efficiency behind the whole thing. These creatures are harvesting us for some reason. And they are harvesting not only human beings but also animals as well, because they often molest and mutilate animals in the African bush. All I do know is that somewhere out there are creatures of an extremely high intelligence, creatures that have haunted the lives of our remote ancestors for hundreds, if not thousands of years, creatures that still haunt our lives at this day and this hour. The Mantindane creatures do not come from any star or star system in space. I say that these creatures come from our future. They are taking revenge upon us for what we have done to our future a few thousand years from now. And I'm firmly convinced of this, and all things that have happened to me since that terrible day have served to confirm that these are our descendants, not aliens from some far galaxy, no. One of the reasons why I've joined forces with is because I have serious reason to believe, and I will repeat these words until somebody shuts my mouth in death. I have serious reason to believe that on this planet, things are coming to a head, and our invisible jailers are going to fight tooth and nail to prevent this. So, our people say that the blackest night often heralds the brightest day. The human being, captive as he is, slave as it is trying to fight back. stop calling the conspiracy a theory. Theories do not kill people, Mr. David. Theories do not murder innocent children. Theories do not put multiple murderers of Kabila's stripe into power in countries. Theories are just ideas floating in the air. The conspiracy is real. It is there and it kills. When man discovered God, he discovered a shapeless, featureless, endless entity with which he could not cope. And so, in order to handle the mystery of God, man reduced that mystery to a shape that he could recognize and therefore understand. Man reduced God to a human-like family, a family of God the Father, known by my people the Zulus as Unkulunkulu, which means the greatest of the great ones. And God, the Great Mother, known by the Zulus as Nomtubulwana, which means the plower of the many fields, the lady of many plowshares. And God the Son, known by the Zulus as Umvelingangi, which means the firstborn of the Almighty. This stone here is engraved with the 10 great laws of the Almighty. And this serpent symbolizes one of the most important pillars of the traditional black religion, that is a belief in reincarnation, that which lives now shall travel along the road of life, shall die only to resume the journey of life in another shape. This is the symbolism of the double spiral serpent. It's a symbolism of rebirth. Also, it is a symbolism of the secret road that, according to ancient tradition, was taken by people between this star system of ours, the solar system, and other solar systems. Because we are told there was a secret spiral road which you could travel from this earth of ours to other planets. But when man became aggressive and sinful, the gods closed the path of the many returns, as it was called. We are shown another spiral, but this time this spiral represents not the secret pathway between the stars, but the hidden force which lies under the earth, which can be harnessed by a Sanusi for the healing of people. I think that God could be the source from which all living things come. It is the source of all order and logic in creation. When one looks at a tree, for example, one can see the art, the artistry and the logic behind each leaf, each branch, and each layer of bark upon the tree. A tree is a highly advanced sort of living machine. And that living machine could only have been created by something that was just as alive and just as wonderful. That is God, I think.